Next, let's take a look at some of the functional aspects of interpersonal communication. One of the things that we know to be true is that we have different needs that are met through our various different relationships. And we might have different goals for communicating with other people. We might have instrumental goals, relationship maintenance goals, and self-presentation goals. So first, let's talk about instrumental goals. Instrumental talk helps us to get things done in our relationships. And these goals can be either long-term or they can be day-to-day things that we need to get done. So, for example, we might communicate with someone else that we need to make sure that we go grocery shopping within the next week. And that's a task that we need to accomplish and that we need to work together in order to accomplish that goal. Another goal that we might have is relationship maintenance goals. When we communicate to achieve these goals, we are striving simply to maintain a positive relationship with the other person. And there's lots of different ways that we can attempt to maintain this goal, and that is we can celebrate special occasions together, we can honor the accomplishments of one another, we can simply spend time together, or check in regularly via phone or email or text message or social media, or meeting up face to face. There's lots of different ways that we can maintain our relationships with one another. And then finally, we have self-presentation goals. Ultimately, when it comes to self-presentation, we adapt our communication to be perceived in particular ways. We might want to be perceived as really hardworking and goal-oriented when we are at work, for example, but we might not want to be perceived that way when we are hanging out with our friends for brunch. And so we often desire to present different faces or to wear different hats when we are in various different contexts. And the interesting thing about these different functions of interpersonal communication is that these goals often work in harmony with one another, and sometimes they might even conflict with one another. But we have to imagine these goals not only as individual goals that we might have, right? The instrumental goals, relationship goals, or self-presentation goals that we might have, but we also have to take a look at how these might interact with one another and how these three goal types might be working together in our relationships. But ultimately, it's just important to remember that we have different needs that are met through our various relationships and that we can have several different goals within any one given relationship.